Hi everyone, welcome to the session. Guys, this is 2023 MCQ questions. So last session up to question number 15, we have done the short answer section. Today we'll discuss the MCQs. Now this is 2023 slot. So 2023 slot first MCQ question is if a three-digit number is chosen at random, what is the probability that it is divisible by neither 3 and nor 4, right? So three-digit number, that means from 100 to 100 and to 999, right? 100 and 100 to 999, three-digit numbers की बात हो रही है. तो how many numbers are there? Total there are 900 numbers, right? Between 100 to 999, there are 900 numbers. So out of these three numbers, we have to check how many of them are not divisible by 3. Neither divisible by 3. So let's see कितने number ऐसे हैं which are divisible by 3. So out of these 900 numbers, let's see the numbers which are divisible by 3. Total there are 300 numbers which are divisible by 3, and how many numbers are divisible by 4? How many numbers are divisible by 4? 225 numbers are divisible by 4. Out of these 300 and 225, there are some numbers which are divisible by both 3 and 4. And there are, like for example, there is a number जो कि 3 से भी divisible होगा, 4 से भी divisible होगा, वो दोनों जगह count हो गया. तो we have to exclude those numbers because they are being counted twice. तो हम check करेंगे how many numbers are divisible by 12. So 12 7 times 84 and 5. The total numbers are 300 and 225. It is 525. Out of this, I will subtract these 75, right? So 0, 450, right? So total 450 numbers are there which are divisible by 3, 4, either 3 or 4. Now question is which are not divisible by. So the remaining numbers. So how many numbers are left? 450 numbers are left. So 450 numbers are left out of 900. So the probability is 1 by 2 is the probability. So my next situation is a goldsmith bought a large solid golden ball at 10 lakh rupees and melted it to make a certain number of solid spherical beads such that the radius of each bead was 1/5 of the radius of the original ball. Assume that the cost of making the golden beads is negligible. If the goldsmith sold all the beads at 20% discount on the listed price and made a profit of 20%, then the listed price of each golden bead in INR was. ओके, तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल उसके पास एक बड़ी बॉल है, ठीक है, उस बॉल को छोटी छोटी बॉल्स में बनाया है. नाउ लेट अस एज्यूम कि जो बिगर बॉल है अगर उसका रेडियस है 5r, राइट? तो जो स्मॉलर बॉल है दैट रेडियस विल बी r बिकॉज रेडियस जो है स्मॉलर बीट्स का दैट इज 1/5. इन बोथ केसेस वॉल्यूम हैज टू बी सेम. तो जो वॉल्यूम रही होगी इनिशियल बॉल की दैट इज 4/3 pi r cube, एंड लेट अस से ऑब्वियसली जो वॉल्यूम रहा होगा एक बीट का दैट इज 4/3 pi r 4/3 pi r cube, एंड लेट अस सपोज कि n balls n beats हमने बनाई है. On solving this part is cancelled. 125 r cube is equals to n r cube. R cube cancel. So how many balls he has formed? 125, right? Total number of small beads जो create हुई हैं they are 125. Now total cost was 10 lakh. So let's find out the price of per bead. That is 25 into 5, 125. 25 4 times 100. 8,000. So 8,000 will be the cost price of each bead, right? तो हमने क्या किया, जो छोटी छोटी बॉल्स बन रही हैं, हर बॉल का कॉस्ट प्राइस निकाल दिया, that is 8,000, right? Now the goldsmith sold all the beads at 20% discount on the listed price and made a profit of 20%. तो ऑब्वियसली प्रॉफिट तो सीपी पे निकाला है, तो अगर 20% हम इसका निकालें 8,000 का, तो दैट वुड बी 1,600. इट मीन्स द बॉल का जो सेलिंग प्राइस रहेगा दैट इज 9,600, right? Now this price is after a discount of 20%, so that means 80% of marked price or list price is 9,600, right? Because discount is calculated on marked price. So 4 by 5 of the marked price is 9,600. I have 2,400. The marked price or list price is 2,400 into 5. That is 12,000. So the marked price of each ball would have been 12,000. 20% का discount दिया, तो that is 9,600, and 9,600 is 20% more than the cost price. So the profit will be 20%. Right? So the answer for this has to be 12,000. Guys, what we have here, let A, B, C real numbers, they are greater than 1, and be a positive real number not equals to 1. Okay, first condition is given कि if log basis n log 2a is equals to 1. So when I solve it, it will be log of a on base 2 is equals to n to the power 1 will be n. So value of a comes out to be 2 to the power n. Okay, then second part को देखते हैं. In this part also, here I have log basis n log b2 is equals to 2. Same situation. So log of b on base 2 is equals to n square it will be, and b comes out to be 2n square. That is the value of b, 2n square. Similarly, third one, ये हो जाएगा अपना n cube. c को I can directly write as 2 to the power n cube. So we have value of a. A कितना आ रहा है? 2 to the power n. b is 2 to the power n square, and c आ रहा है कितना? 2 to the power n cube. Now we have to check which of the following relations is correct. So the best way is to assume n to be something, right, and then check which of the option is correct. So let's, since n cannot be equal to 1, तो हम क्या कर सकते हैं? Let us assume that n is equals to 2, right? Greater than 1 रखना है. So what I have, first a option को अगर हम check करते हैं, first option को a n को we have assumed n to be 2. So I have a to the power n plus b to the power n is equals to c to the power n. Let's check if this relation is correct. So if I put n is equal to 2, so a is equal to 2 to the power n है, right? So n is equal to 2. That means a का value will be 4. If I put n is equal to 2, a का value comes out to be 4. ठीक है, ये value कितना हो जाएगा? 2 square. 2 square means 4. 2 to the power 4 will be 16, and ये हो जाएगा 2 cube 8. 2 to the power 8. 2 to the power 8 will be 256. So 4, 16 and 256 आ गया हमारे पास, अगर हम इनको 2 मानते हैं. Now what I have, 4 को solve कर लेते हैं. तो what I have, 4, a is 4, 4 की power 2 plus b is 16, which is 16 square. I have 4 square is 16 plus 256. 16 plus 256 is, it comes out to be 272. Let's see, अगर c to the power n 56 का square, obviously 250 का 256 का square is going to be, c is 256 and 256 का square is obviously 272 से तो काफी बड़ा होगा. So first relation is incorrect, right? पहला वाला जो है that is incorrect. ठीक है, तो फर्स्ट ऑप्शन इज रॉन्ग. लेट्स चेक ऑप्शन बी. ऑप्शन बी में वी हैव a to the power n plus b to the power n. That means 4 का square. If I put a as 4, तो 4 का square which is 16. 16 plus 256. 16 plus 256 का square is equal to a into c, which is 16 into 256. Let's check. Obviously ये number बहुत बड़ा होने वाला है, right? 16 plus 256 is 272 का square. 272 का square, it is not equal to 16 into 256, right? तो option B जो है that is also incorrect. Now let's go for option number C. Option number C, option number C. Okay, wait. It is B na, not B square. I have taken B square here. Okay, so it is 4 into 256. A into C. A is how much? A is 4. So this is 4 into 256, and this is 4 square plus 16, right? A to the power n means 4 square. B is 16. तो ये हो जाएगा 32 का square. 32 का square is 1024. Let's check. It is also 1024. So B is correct. ठीक है. Option B will be the correct answer. Right? So no need to go for A and C. ठीक है. If you want to check, you can put the value, but answer has to be only one option. So B is the correct answer. Right? The best way is to, instead of going forward with 2 to the power n, 2 to the power n square, substitute the value of n as 2. Right? Why I have not taken 1? Because question में mention है n cannot be equal to 1. So let us assume n to be 2. So you can take 2, 3, 4. That is up to you. Right? So option B जो है that satisfy the condition. So B will be the correct relation. Next problem is, if the harmonic mean of the root of the equation 5 plus root 2 x square minus bx plus 8 plus 2 root 5. Okay, तो harmonic root जो होता है दो numbers का, that is 2ab over a plus b, right? That is the harmonic mean. Now let us assume कि जो roots हैं they are alpha beta. I have alpha plus beta is equals to minus b by a, so b over 5 plus root. Right, this will be the sum of the roots minus b, तो b is already negative, तो ये plus हो जाएगा. And alpha beta product of the roots is 8 plus 2 root 5 over 5 plus root 2, right? C by a, that is the sum of the roots. Now the harmonic mean will simply be 2 alpha beta over alpha plus beta, right? That is equivalent to 4, because harmonic mean अपने को कितना दिया हुआ है? 4 दिया हुआ है. Okay, so this 2 is cancelled. 2 2s are 4. Now alpha beta की value we have 8 plus 2 root 5 over 5 plus root 2 whole upon b over 5 plus root 2, right? So 5 plus root 2, 5 plus root 2 is cancelled. It is 2. So 8 plus 2 root 5 is equals to 2b. I take 2 common, so I have b is equals to 4 plus root 5. So the value of b is 4 plus root 5. That is option number 3rd. Here we have, consider an 8 by 8, 8 cross 8 chessboard. The number of ways 8 rooks can be placed on the board such that no two rooks are in the same row and no two are in the same column. ठीक है, तो एक 8 by 8 का चेस बोर्ड है. This is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So this is an 8 by 8 chess board. Now we have to place the number of ways 8 rooks. We have to place 8 rooks so that such that no two rooks are in the same row and no two rooks are in the same column. So if I have 8 rooks total है ना, 8 rooks है, तो अगर see, for the first rook I have how many choices? Like if I suppose I kept the first rook at this position, right? Then second, the other rook, they cannot be in the no rook I can place in this row and column, right? So that means for the first rook, you have 8 choices. Select any 8. You can select any 8 places for him, either across the row, across the column, select any 8. So for the first rook, I have 8 choices, right? Total 8. I can select uh, one of the 8 places. Same for the second rook. We have, if I pose this is for the, so he has how many choices? 7 choices, right? So for the second rook, I can place it in 7 ways. Then for the next 6 ways. Then for the next 5. Then 4. Then 3. Then 2. And finally, for the last rook, there will be only one possibility, right? So it is 8 factorial ways. It will be 8 factorial ways. Next situation, the set of all real values of x satisfying the inequality. Okay. Now, here I have an inequality. My first aim will be to make the denominator positive. Okay. How to make the denominator positive? In the numerator, I have x square, x plus 1. And in the denominator, I have x minus 1 and 2x plus 1 cube. Okay. So I'll multiply divided with x minus 1. So if I multiply divided with x minus 1, now x minus 1 square, it will become positive. We can ignore the square values because they are, we already know they are going to be positive, right? And what I'll do, I'll also multiply divided with 2x plus 1 as well. Okay, so that it will become positive. Its power will become 4. This I want to be greater than 0, right? So multiply divide with x minus 1 and 2x plus 1. Now I can ignore the square terms, right, which are positive. Finally, all I have to check just for x minus 1, x plus 1, 2x plus 1 to be greater than 0, right? And also keep in mind that x cannot be 1 and minus 1 by 2, right? So that denominator should not be 0. Okay. Now let's check the inequality, find the critical points. So critical points I have x is equals to 1, x is equals to minus 1, x is equals to minus 1 by 2. So I have minus 1, minus 1 by 2 and 1. Okay. Let's see, I want the value to be greater than 0. So anything to the right of 1, yeah, positive, positive. Condition will satisfy, not satisfied, condition will satisfied and not satisfied. So the range comes out to be minus 1 to minus 1 by 2, both excluded, union 1 to infinity, union 1 to infinity, right? So which option is this? That is option number D, minus 1 to minus half, union 1 to infinity. Option number D will be the correct. Okay, so here we have A is equal to, there is a matrix 1, 2, 3, A, where A is a real number and the determinant A cube minus 3A square minus 5A is equals to. Okay, let's simplify this. It will be A square minus 3A minus 5 is equals to 0. Okay, so from this, what I can conclude that determinant A is 0, right? Determinant A is 0. That is 1, 3, 2, A is equals to 0. Solve it. A minus 6 is equals to 0. A comes out to be 6, which is option number B. So next problem is, if the difference between the compound interest and the simple interest for a certain amount of money invested for 3 years at an annual rate of interest is 10% is rupees 527, then the amount invested in INR. So we have given the difference between the simple and compound interest for 3 years. Now simple interest at the rate of 10% for 3 years will be 10% into 3, which is 30%, right? And the compound interest for 3 years will be a successive of 10. 10 का successive दो बार होता है कितना, 21%, right? 10 plus 10 plus 10 into 10 by 100. For the 2 years, the compound interest will be the successive of 10, that comes out to be 21%. And then for the 3 years, it will be 21 plus 10 plus 21 into 10 by 100. So it comes out to be 33.1%. So the compound interest for 3 years will be 33.1% of the principal. Now the difference between the two amounts to interest is 3.1%, right? So if the 3.1% of the principal value is 527, then principal value, yani 100% value will be 527 over 3.1 into 100. Solve it. 17 times it is 17 1 17 51. So 17,000 would have been the principal, right? तो principal कितना रहा होगा, 17,000 rupees, right? Simple interest हो गया, simply 10 into 3. Compound interest will be the successive of 10, successive percentage I'll calculate for 3 years. So that is 33.1%. So 3 years ka CI will be 33.1. So difference between simple and compound is 3.1% of the principal. So if 3.1% of principal is 527, then the 100% value is 17,000. So guys, here is the case. In a group of 120 students, there is a group of 120 students. 80 students are from the science stream, and the rest are from the commerce stream. It is known that 70 students support Mumbai Indians in the Indian Premier League. All the other students supports Chennai Super Kings. The number of science students who are supporters of Mumbai Indians. Okay. तो what we have कि हमारे पास है science students, we have commerce students, we have supporters of CSK and Mumbai Indians. Let's tabulate the data. And now we know that जो student है science में, they are total. How many students are in the science में? 80. 80 students they are in the science, तो 40 students होंगे, ठीक है? 40 students will be there who are in the commerce. फिर हमें ये बताइए कि जो CSK के टोटल जो स्टूडेंट्स हु आर सपोर्टिंग द CSK, इट इज नोन दैट 70 तो सपोर्ट्स CSK एंड बचे कितने, 50. तो 50 स्टूडेंट्स ऐसे होंगे विच आर सपोर्टर्स ऑफ CSK. अब क्वेश्चन इज द नंबर ऑफ साइंस स्टूडेंट्स who are supporters of Mumbai Indians. So let's say कि these number of students are M. ठीक है, there are M number of science students who supports Mumbai Indians. तो अगर 80 है टोटल साइंस में, जिसमें से M स्टूडेंट्स दे सपोर्ट मुंबई इंडियंस, तो 80 माइनस M स्टूडेंट जो होंगे दे विल सपोर्ट CSK. फिर वी नो कि टोटल जो CSK के सपोर्टर्स है दे आर 50. 50 में से अगर 80 माइनस M दे आर साइंस, तो 50 माइनस 80 प्लस M हो जाएगा, right? Or simply if I solve it, I'll get it as M minus 30. ठीक है, फिर कॉमर्स वाले टोटल कितने, 40. सो 40 माइनस M माइनस 30, तो 40 माइनस M प्लस 30 हो जाएगा, तो 70 माइनस M. ओके, अब सी M माइनस 30. अब हम यहाँ पे लेट सी विल ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट M. तो M माइनस 30 जो है इट शुड बी ग्रेटर देन इक्वल्स टू 0, है ना? कि जो सपोर्टर्स हैं, ये जो वैल्यू है कॉमर्स CSK के सपोर्टर्स, दे कैन बी M माइनस 30 ग्रेटर देन 0. तो वी कैन कंक्लूड कि M इज ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 0. यहाँ से आई कैन कंक्लूड 70 माइनस M इज ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 0. 70 से छोटा होना चाहिए M. So we get to know that M is between 70 to 30, right? So let's see which option is there. Option number D is the correct, कि 30 or more. The number of science students who are supporters of Mumbai Indians is 30 or more. Now guys, in this question, the minimum number of times a fair coin is must be tossed so that the probability of getting at least one head exceeds 0.8. Right? Probability of getting at least one head exceeds 0.8. Now see, the probability of getting at least one head has to exceed 0.8. What I can do is keep probability of at least one head. अगर हमें probability चाहिए of at least one head, how I can calculate 1 minus probability of no head at all. ठीक है, no head या फिर all tail. इस सारे के सारे कॉइन पे अगर क्या है, टेल है, उसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी निकाल के हम 1 में से माइनस करेंगे तो आई विल गेट द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ एटलीस्ट वन हेड. नाउ सी, जब हम इफ आई थ्रो वन कॉइन, ठीक है, तो एक कॉइन में ऑब्वियसली देयर आर ओनली टू आउटकम्स, तो प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ एटलीस्ट वन हेड कितना होगा, 1/2, विच इज 0.5. देन व्हेन वी टॉस टू कॉइन्स, तो टू कॉइन्स जब हम टॉस करेंगे तो आउटकम्स विल बी 4. ठीक है, अब उन 4 आउटकम्स में ऑल टेल का तो ऑब्वियसली एक ही आउटकम होने वाला है, तो जो प्रोबेबिलिटी रहेगी ऑफ एटलीस्ट वन हेड दैट विल बी 1 minus 1/4, राइट, बिकॉज देयर इज ओनली वन आउटकम जिसपे दोनों टेल होंगे. सो ये हो जाएगा कितना, 3/4. तो दैट मीन्स जब हम दो कॉइन को देखें तो एटलीस्ट वन हेड की प्रोबेबिलिटी कितनी है, 0.75. नाउ व्हेन वी टॉस थ्री कॉइन्स, 2 to the power 3 is equals to 8 आउटकम्स अपने पास आने वाले हैं. Out of those outcomes, no head या all tail वाला, there will be only one outcome. तो probability of at least one head will be 1 minus 1/8, which is 7/8, right? 7/8 is 0.875. So 0.875, we need to be above 0.8. So obviously, 3 coins पे, तो minimum we have to toss a fair coin 3 times. Answer has to be option number C, 3. In this question, we have a polynomial p of x leaves a remainder 2 when divided by x minus 1. Right? So when we divide p of x by x minus 1, तो remainder हमारे पास कितना आएगा? We have a remainder as 2. So it means that अगर हम p को if we substitute in place of p, x minus 1 is equal to 0, so x is equal to 1. So if in place of x we put 1, so we'll get a remainder. And if I put 2, so I'll get remainder as 1. Okay. Now the question is कि when px is divided by x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus 1, x minus 2. So obviously the remainder is always 1 degree less than the divisor. So divisor is x square basically. So remainder will be of the form ax plus b. Right? The remainder will be of the form ax plus b. Right? So let's assume that की जो remainder आ रहा है when px is divided by x minus 1, x minus 2, that is coming out to be ax plus b. Right. Now we know that at p1 is equal to 2, so we can say that ax plus b is equals to a को when I put p1 रखते हैं, so what I will be getting, a plus b is equals to 2, and on putting 2 I have 2a plus b is equals to 1. Right, let's solve these two. So let's eliminate b. So if we eliminate b, I have a is equals to minus 1. A is equal to minus 1, and let's put a is equal to minus 1, so b comes out to be 3. Right, so the remainder on dividing is minus 1x plus 3. Right, so 3 minus x will be the remainder when p of x is divided by x minus 1, x minus Here I have let x denotes the greatest integer not exceeding x, and this means x minus x. If n is a natural number, then the sum of all the values of x satisfying the equation. So the equation is x plus n. Okay, now first the value of this I can substitute as is equal to x plus n, x minus greatest integer of x, right? Will be x plus nx minus n times the greatest integer function of x. Okay, now if I take this value to the right hand side and take uh, greatest integer x common, it will be 2 plus n, right? And in the right hand side I have n plus 1, x is equal to n plus 1. Simply x का जो value आएगा that is greatest integer x n plus 2 whole over n plus 1, right? Now यहाँ पे क्या दिया है कि that n is a natural number, so we have to find the sum of all the values of x which are satisfying this equation. Now guys, n can I need to find the summation for x, right? I have to do summation of x. Now as I know that x can only take in natural numbers. ठीक है, तो x can take only natural numbers. What I can do, ये हो जाएगा मेरा कितना 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, and I have this n plus 2 n plus 1. ठीक है, that is the constant. So summation of first n natural number is n into n plus 1 by 2, right? That is equals to n plus 2 into plus 1. Okay, so we have n plus 1 cancelled, so it will be n into n plus 2 over 2, right? So that is option number D, n into n plus 2 over 2. So guys, here we have to find which of the following statement is always true. Okay, let's do it by cross multiplying. I have a plus b, multiply it with a plus d. Cross multiplication I'm doing c plus d, and here I have b plus. Okay, so it is a square plus bd plus ab plus ad, a square plus uh, a square ad, then we have uh, ab and bd. So this is b into c plus c square plus b into d plus c into d. So bd and bd cancelled. It bd is cancelled. I have a square here, ab, bc and bd. Finally, I am left with a square plus a into d plus a into b. This side I have c square plus a b into c plus c into d. Okay, a square, I can see that I can take a common, so it is d plus b. Here I have c square plus I can take c common, it is b plus d. I have taken common a, so I have b plus d. This side I have taken c common, Again, I have a b plus d, both side b plus d is common. So what I can do, a square minus c square is equal to c into b plus d minus a into b plus b. Okay, finally, equation will become a square minus c square. This will become b plus d. I can take common. B plus d is common, and it is c minus a. This I can write as a plus c, a minus c, square minus c square. It is b plus d and c minus a it is. Okay, c minus a, and here I have a minus c. Now if I take a minus, if I take minus 1 common, it will become c minus a into a plus c is equals to b plus e, c minus a. Now c minus a cancelled. Now it is minus c is equals to b plus d, or I can write it as a plus b plus c plus d is equals to 0. So option number third, C option is the correct. Okay guys, so here we have log sin x or basis cos x plus log cos x basis sin x is equal to 2. Then value of x we have to figure out. First of all, here we have log sin x, the basis cos x, and here I have log basis sin x, and it is cos x is equals to 2. Now clearly, so I can write as log sin x cos x plus 1 upon base or number को I can interchange cos x sin x, right? I can do this because log of b on base a equals to 1 upon log of a on base b. Okay, अब देखो, we know that sum of a number and its reciprocal अगर हमारे पास कितना है 2 है, x plus 1 by x is equal to 2, so that is only possible when they are equal to 1. Okay, I can say that both are equal to 1. So it means that log sin x cos x is equals to 1, or I can say simply that sin x is equals to cos x, right? Sin x is equal to cos x. So from there I can conclude कि जो x होगा that is n pi plus pi by 4, right? n pi plus pi by 4. Why? देखो, बिकॉज कॉस और साइन जो है वो लॉग के बेस में है, तो ऑब्वियसली वो कभी नेगेटिव होंगे नहीं, राइट? तो नेगेटिव नहीं होंगे तो पॉजिटिव वैल्यू दे कैन ओनली टेक इन एन पाई प्लस पाई बाई 4, वेयर n is an integer. सॉरी, 2n पाई रह गए, 2n पाई प्लस पाई बाई 4, 2n पाई प्लस पाई बाई 4, वेयर n is an integer. A helicopter flies along the sides of a square field of side length 100 kilometers. Now the first side is covered at a speed of 100 kilometers per hour, and for each subsequent side the speed is increased by 100 kilometers per hour till it covers all the sides. तो average speed is total distance हो जाएगा कितना, 400 kilometers. ठीक है, 4 sides अगर cover करनी है तो total distance is 400 kilometers divided by the total time. तो जो first side है that is covered at the speed of 100, फिर जो second side है that is covered at the speed of 200, then third side at the speed of 300, and the fourth side at the speed of 400, right? So let's solve it. Total distance divided with total time. So 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4. Okay, so 2, 3, 4. LCM will be 12. 400 into 12 over 12 plus 2, 6, 3, 4 plus 4, 3. So 400 into 12 over 6 plus 4, 10. 10 plus 12, 23, 25 it is. So we have 5 times, 5 8 times 40, 5 16 times 80. 16 2 times 32 plus 3 192. So 192 kilometer per hour is the average speed of the helicopter across while covering all the side. Now the next question says, in a triangle ABC, let D be the midpoint of side BC. AM is AM be the altitude on side BC. If the length AB, BC, CA are in the ratio 2:4:3, then we have to find the ratio of the length of BM and AD. Okay, BM and AD ka we have to find out the ratio. So let us visualize the figure. This is our triangle ABC. In this triangle ABC, what happens? D is the midpoint. Let's draw D be the midpoint and AM be the altitude. Let's draw AM be the altitude. Now, question says, if the length AB, BC, CA are in the ratio 2:4, AB 2, this side is 4, this side is 3. 2x, 4x, 3x, we can say we have to find the ratio of length of BM. Okay, we have to find the ratio of length of BM to AD. Okay, first of all, AD we have to find out, and we have three sides given to me. I can use the Apollonius theorem, right? By using the Apollonius theorem, we can find out the length of the median, because AD is the AD divides the opposite sides into two equal parts. So we can simply use the Apollonius theorem. So Apollonius theorem says that AB square plus AC square, right? AB square plus AC square is equals to twice of BD square plus AD square, right? That is the Apollonius theorem. If I substitute AB as 2, so it will become 4, right? AC will be 9 twice BD. BD is basically half of BC, na? So it is 4 plus AD square, right? It will be 9 plus 4, 13, 8 plus 2 AD square. So 13 minus 8, which is 5. So I can say AD is equals to 5 by 2 and square under root 5 by 2. Okay. So we have AD. Now next is we are looking for BM. Okay. Now since we have two right angle triangle ABM and triangle AMC are the right angle triangle. तो अगर दोनों triangle में if I calculate AM square, to see AM square will be BM square, sorry, AB square minus BM square using Pythagoras theorem. Similarly, in the second triangle, AM square will be AC square minus CM square. Okay, let's equate the both. So AB square minus BM square is equals to AC square minus CM square, right? Since it is a right angle triangle, right? So AB is 2, is 4, 4 minus BM square, AC is 3 square, 3 square is 9. Now minus CM. How can I calculate CM? देखो BM का वैल्यू I do have. अभी हमने जो किसका वैल्यू हमारे पास है, BD का वैल्यू, BD is half ना, right? 4 minus BM I can write it na, because if I subtract this much length from the BM, I will be getting CM, right? 4 minus BM square, right? Because I need the value of BM. तो अगर अपने को BM का वैल्यू चाहिए, तो I will convert CM in terms of BM के फॉर्म में उसको कन्वर्ट कर लेंगे, right? So finally it is 4 minus BM square equal to 9 minus it will be 16 plus bm square minus 8 pm minus 8 pm. ठीक है, तो लेट्स सी क्या क्या बचता है अपने पास. 4 minus bm square is equal to 9 minus 16 minus bm square plus 8 bm to ab. तो let's see, bm square is cancelled. So 16, 9 minus 16 is minus 7. Minus 7 plus 4 will be 11. 11 is equals to 8 bm. So bm value is 8 over 11. Sorry, 11 over 8. bm will be 11 over 8. Right? So we have bm, we have ad. Let's find out their ratio. We have to find the ratio of bm. So bm to ad. Let's say bm to ad ka ratio, it is 11, 8. And here I have root 5 by 2. Root 5 by 2. Okay, let's see how we can simplify them. If I write it as root 10 by 2, right? अगर हम यहाँ पे multiply divide कर दे 2 से तो नीचे 4 हो जाएगा, that will become 2. So finally it will be 4. So 11 ratio 4 under root 10. 11 ratio 4 under root 10. The bm is 11. So 4 ratio 4 root 10. Option B. Here we have, in a chess tournament there are 5 contestants. Each player plays against all others exactly once. Right? No game results in a draw. The winner in a game gets 1 point and the loser gets 0 point. So which of the following sequences cannot represent the scores of 5 players? ठीक है, इनमें से कौन सा एक ऐसा सीक्वेंस है जो किसी प्लेयर के स्कोर को नहीं रिप्रेजेंट करेगा? ठीक है, तो टोटल 5 कंटेस्टेंट है वहां पे एंड इट इज गिवन दैट सब ने एक एक मैच आपस में खेला है. ईच प्लेयर प्लेज अगेंस्ट ऑल द अदर्स एग्जैक्टली once. So no game results in a draw. So the winner in a game gets 1 point and the loser को कोई point वहां पे नहीं मिलेगा. तो कौन सा जो है which of the following sequence cannot represent the scores of any of the players? See, since there are 5 contestants, so every player has to play 4 matches na. Every player, suppose there are 5 players, so player A has to play a match with B, one match with C, one match with D, and one match with E. Right? Now, if he's having one match, now see, each game means 1 point. So if A won all the 4 games, he will be having 4 points. So when A is winning all the games, that means no other player will get the 4 points na in that case. In case if A won all the matches, so no other player can win 4 matches then, right? अगर हम ऑप्शन में देखें तो it is not possible that दो प्लेयर के पास 4 wins हो पाएंगे. So this option has to be incorrect, right? Because every player has to play 4 matches. Every player is playing 4 matches. So suppose if A wins all his matches, so that means all other players will obviously lose one match, right? Even if they won all the remaining matches, but the one match with A that is lost. So no two players can have 4 wins. So option B has to be the incorrect. Okay, let's see. Next is, a rabbit is sitting at the base of a staircase which has 10 steps. It proceeds to the top of the staircase by climbing either one step at a time or 2 steps at a time. So the number of ways it can reach the top. In how many ways he can reach the top. So what is the choice? See, there are total 10 steps. So either he go one step at a time, okay, to the staircase, or he may he may decide to go for 2 steps at a time, or a combination of 2 is also possible. Na? Suppose he go for one step, then 2, then 1, then 2, or it can be in any combination. So let's see in how many ways he can reach at the top. What we can do, let's say he decided there is a possibility that if he takes one step and two steps, let me make the table. If he decides to go top by taking by one step, right? In that case, if he takes all the 10 steps and 0 steps, so that can be done in only one way, right? There is only one way for this. But suppose if he decided that he will take two step one time and the remaining one step. Now these two steps he can decide at any point of time, na? Right? So that means how many uh, choices will be there? 9C1. So there are 9 choices. Either he can go for 8 one steps and one two step, and they can be at any stage. Like he can start with 2, then 1 1. He may go for 1 1 1 and then he take 2, right? That is his choice. Then third case is he when he will be taking 8 steps, 1 1 steps, right? If he want to reach in total 8 step, in this case how many steps he is taking? 8 and 1. Next situation will be when he goes with 2 steps, right? In that case how many steps are covered? 4. How many left are? 6. So he is reaching in how many steps? In total of uh, it will be 8 C2, na? Right? Because he can choose those 2 steps at any point of time. 8 C2 is going to be 28, right? 8 into 7 by 2, so 28. Okay, next condition is that if he decided that he will take 3 steps of 2 to each. So 6, how many left? 4. In this case, the choice will be 7C3, right? 7C3 is 7, 6, 5 over 3 factorial. That is 35. 35 ways हो सकते हैं ये वाले. Then next case is कि if you go for 4 pairs of 2 steps, so 8 are covered, 2 are left. In this case, the choice will be 6C4 or 6C2. That is the same thing, 6C4 or 6C2. So 6C2 will be 6 into 5, that is 15. 15 cases are these. And third case is key if he choose to go with 2 steps each, and how many choice that will be? 5C5, that will be one only. 5C5 or 5C0, 1. So total how many in how many ways he can reach the top? 1 plus 9 plus 28 plus 35 plus 15 plus 1, right? So 35, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 89. So 89 ways, in 89 ways he can go from top to bottom, right? So he can choose any of these ways. तो इतनी possibility है कि either he decides that he will not take any 2 steps, he will take 1 step. That can be done only one way. There is no choice with that. Or he can decide that he will take 2 steps and the remaining 8 steps by going 1 step at a time. So how many these are 9 ways. So these can be arranged in 9C1 ways. Total ways हो जाएंगे 89 ways में he will be at the top of this. Now guys, let a1, a2, a3 be the 3 distinct real numbers in geometric progression if the equation a1x square plus 2a2x plus a3 is equal to 0 and b1x square 2b2x plus b3 is equal to 0 have a common root. Okay. So then which of the following is necessarily true? Which one of the following is true in that case? Okay, so let's say our first term is a1 and let the common ratio be r. So I can say a2 is equals to a1 into r and a3 is equals to a1 r square, right? Since a1, a2, a3 are in geometric progression, the first term is a1, common ratio is r. a2 को I can say a1r, a3 को I can say a1r square. Now these are 3 distinct real numbers. Now if the equation a1 x square a2 x. Now let's substitute them in the equation. Equation will be a1 x square plus 2 times a1 r and plus a1 r square is equals to 0. If I take a1 common, it will be uh, x square plus 2r plus r square. There is an x as well. 2rx plus r square is equals to 0. Okay. Now, if we factorize it, I will be getting it as x plus r whole square is equals to 0. Okay. On simplifying this, I will get x plus r. Now, a1 is obviously it is not 0. So x plus r square is equal to 0. So we can say x is equal to minus r. That means there is only one root, which is minus r. Now, since the two equation have a common root, so if I substitute x is equal to minus r in the second equation, so what I will be getting b1 minus r square plus 2 times b2 into minus r plus b3 equals to 0. Right? So it will become b1 r square plus or minus 2 times b2 r plus b3 is equals to 0. Now see, I have r square. Can I say r square is equal to r square? I can replace it with a3 by a1, and I can replace r with a2 by a1. Right? We can do that. So the equation will changes to b1 a3 over a1 whole square minus 2 times b2, and in place of r I have a2 by a1 plus b3 is equals to 0. Right? That we can do. And now this will not be square because r square को हमने replace किया है ना. b1 a3 a1 minus b2, ये हमारे पास value आ गया. Now to derive the relation, what I can do, see, I have to divide all the terms by a3. Divide all the terms by a3. If I divide all the terms by a3, I will be left with 1 over a1 it will be, right, minus b1 a1 ये मेरे पास बचेगा minus 2 times b2 a2 over a1 a3, and this will be plus b3 over a3 equals to 0. Now finally b1 a1 plus b3 a3, it will be equal to twice b2 a2 over a1 a2, right? b1 b2 a2 over a1 a2 is 3 not 2, a1 a3. ठीक है, let's see, we are left with this. अब see what we have here कि अब क्योंकि a1 a2 a3 they are in a1 a2 a3 are in GP, तो what I can say कि जो हमारा a1 into a3 होगा, a1 into a3 is equal to a square, right? a1 into a3 is equals to a square, right? a का square basically. a1 a3 is a2 का square, right? तो a1 a3 के प्रोडक्ट को I can write as a2 square, तो finally it will be b1 a1 plus b3 a3, and in this case what happens, a1 a3 की जगह आ जाएगा a2 का square, one of the a2 will be cancelled, it will be 2b2 over a2, right? 2b2 over a2 it is. So clearly from this what I can conclude that b1 a1 b3 a3 and B2 A2 they are in arithmetic progression, right? Because इन दोनों का जो sum है, इन दोनों का average is B2 A2, right? So this option has to be the correct answer, that B1 A1, B2 A2 and B3 A3 they are in arithmetic progression. So option A has to be the correct answer. So which of the following straight lines are both tangent to the circle x square plus y square, x square plus y square minus 6x plus 4y minus 12 is equals to 0. Okay, let's try to convert it into the equation of circle. So x square minus 6x. Now 2 into 3, I need a 9. So if I have, I need a 9 for this, plus 9. Then I have y square plus 4y, 2. So I need a 4 for it. That means there is a requirement of 9 plus 4, 13. Right? 9 plus 4, 13. But I'll do minus, let's say it is equal to 12, इस साइड चला जाएगा, plus 9 plus 4. This I can write as x minus 3 whole square. This one I can write as y plus 2 whole square, and it comes out to be 25. It is 25, or I can write it as 5 square. Let me write it 25 directly. Is 25 and I can write it as 5 square, right? Now I can predict the center of the circle. So center of the circle will be at 3 comma minus 2, right? This will be the center. Now 3 comma minus 2 and radius is how much? 5. So radius अपने को पता चल गया 5. Now we are talking about the uh, we are the straight lines which are tangent. तो देखो tangent जो होता है that is always perpendicular with the radius, right? Tangent is perpendicular with the radius, so we have to find out the perpendicular distance जो रहेगा that should be equal to the radius, because center से लेके circumference तक का distance is radius, and that radius is perpendicular with the normal, or perpendicular with the tangent. So all we have to do is find the perpendicular distance. So what is the condition for that? कि जो distance के लिए condition है, we'll be using ax1 plus by1 plus c1 over under root a square plus b square. This should be equal to the perpendicular distance, which is actually how much? Which is 5, right? All I have to do is just now start checking the options. So whichever two equations will give me the distance as 5, right? Whichever option will give me the distance as 5, that will be my answer. So let's check the first equation. The first equation where all I have to do is just substitute the value in place of, I have x1 4 into 3 plus 3 into minus 2 plus 19, right? And I'll divide it with 5. 3 square 4 square, it is coming out to be 5. Let's see if the distance is coming out to be 5. 4 3s are 12. 12 minus 6 will be 6. 25 by 5. Okay, it is coming out to be 5. Okay, so this equation satisfies the condition. Let's check for the second one. 4 into 3 plus 3 into minus 2 minus 31 over 5, right? Since we are talking about distance, so it has to be positive. So here I have 4 3s are 12. 12 minus 6 minus plus 6 minus 31 minus 25, it is coming out, will be minus 25 by 5 mod. So it is 5. So first option पे ही अपने को मिल रहा है. Option A will be the correct answer, right? Otherwise all I have to do is just check the four equations. So whichever equation is correct, that will give me the right answer. So guys, here we have a person standing at the center of an open ground. First walks 32 meters towards the east, takes a right turn and walks 16 meters. Okay, takes another right and walks 8 meters and so on. How far will the person be from the original starting point after an infinite number of such walks in the pattern? So let's visualize it like this. Suppose the person moves 32 meters, right? This is 32 meters. We can assume it like this. Let's draw a point, the coordinate axis, right? You are from the x-axis. Suppose he starts moving 32 meters on the x-axis. Then when he turns right, he will be going towards the negative y-axis, and how much distance he traveled is 16. Then what happens? He will turn right again. Right again means then this distance on the x-axis, it will be 8. Then he turns right, then he travels 4, then he travels. So the distance is basically along the positive x-axis and then negative y-axis, 8, 4, then it will be 2, right? And like this, if he goes on till infinite. So we have to find out the shortest distance, right? This shortest distance we have to find out how far will be the person from the original point after an infinite number of such walks. So first of all, let's observe. अगर हम observe करते हैं तो first of all we'll see that he's going plus 32, right? He's going plus 32 on the x-axis. Then the distance will be minus 8 on the y-axis, right? Then plus 4, then plus 4 because positive side is going, positive y-axis is going, and then the distance will be it is minus 8. The total distance is actually traveling 32 minus 8 with respect to x-axis. See, with respect to x-axis, if we see, the distance will be plus 32 minus 8, then it will be plus 2, then it will be minus half, and so on, right? With respect to the x-axis, this is basically the horizontal distance. You can say this is the with respect to, अगर हम देखते हैं तो पहले वो 32 चल रहा है with respect to x-axis, फिर minus 8, right? फिर then plus 2, फिर this will be minus half, and so on. This is with respect to x-axis. तो इसको अगर हम देखते हैं तो it is basically एक भी बन रहा है हमारे पास ये, in which the common ratio is minus 1 by 4, right? Common ratio is minus 1 by 4. So by using the infinite GP formula, I can find out the sum which he traveled, the total distance that is traveled in the horizontal direction. The formula is A upon 1 minus R. So 32 upon 1 minus will be plus 1 plus 1 by 4. So that comes out to be 32 into 4, 128 by 5. So this is the total distance, which is a horizontal distance basically with respect to the x-axis. So similarly, अगर हम with respect to y-axis देखें तो distance traveled would be minus 16, right? Then plus 4, then minus 1, है ना? Then plus 1 by 4. This is the distance which he traveled in the वर्टिकल डायरेक्शन बेसिकली. तो पहले वो नेगेटिव वाई एक्सिस में जा रहा है, फिर वापस भी आ रहा है, देन नेगेटिव पॉजिटिव, इस तरीके से चल रहा है. तो अगेन इट इज एन एपी जिसका कॉमन रेशियो आई एम गेटिंग एज माइनस 1 बाई 4. तो यहाँ पे जो डिस्टेंस उसने चला है, लेट्स कैलकुलेट इट, माइनस 16 अपॉन 1 माइनस और 1 प्लस 1 बाई 4. दिस डिस्टेंस इज 64 माइनस 64 बाय 5. तो माइनस 65 by 4 is the distance which he traveled a vertical direction. तो now जो फाइनल डिस्टेंस होगा, जो फाइनल पॉइंट होगा, दैट इज वाई कोऑर्डिनेट, फाइनल होगा वो मेरा कहाँ से निकलेगा? Right guys, so the distance from the origin to this point is basically जो हमारा net horizontal distance है, that let's use the distance formula like x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus uh, y1 whole square, sorry, minus under root, right? That will give me the horizontal distance between the two. तो ये हो जाएगा अपना कितना? 128/5 minus 0 square plus minus 64/5 minus 0 whole square, right? On solving it, what I have 128/5 ka square, right? So on finally solving it, I will be getting it as 64/√5. 64 root 5 it will. Next is the equation x square plus y square minus 2x minus 4y plus 5 is equal to 0 represents which of the following option? Okay, so what I have x square, let's rearrange it, it's minus 2x. Minus 2x hai, I have plus 5. Let's give 4 and plus y square minus 4y minus 4y and अच्छा ये 2x था ना, तो 2x को I have to give 4. y square minus 4y के लिए भी अपने को क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है? I need a 4. ठीक है, I need a 4 as well and plus 5 हमारे पास ऑलरेडी था. 4 plus 4 8 I have added ना. वेट यहाँ पे 1 चाहिए. I need 1. 2x plus 1 y square minus y plus 4. ओके, तो 5 तो हमारा पूरा यूज हो गया. I split this 5 into 1 and 4. तो 1 के साथ यहाँ पे बन जाएगा. It will be x minus 1 whole square and it will be y minus 2 whole square is equals to 0. Now since it represents the equation of the circle, but एक चीज आप देखो कि radius is 0, right? So radius is 0, it means that it represents a point. It only represents a point. So what we have here, if cos alpha plus cos beta is equal to 1, then we have to find the maximum value for sin alpha and sin beta. So cos alpha plus cos beta is equals to 1. Let's take sin alpha and minus sin beta be m. If we square both side, and then add the two. So when I square it both side, what I have cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus 2 times cos alpha cos beta is equals to 1. Then I have sin square alpha plus sin square beta minus 2 sin alpha sin beta, that is equals to m square. If I add these two, I have this is 1, this is 1, 1 plus 1 2. 2 I have, if I take 2 common, it will be cos a plus cos alpha plus beta, it will be, which is equals to 1 plus m square, right? It will be okay. Then finally ये वाला 1 हमारा कैंसिल आउट हो जाएगा. Okay, finally I am left with 1 plus 2 cos alpha plus beta is equals to m square. ठीक है, ये बचेगा अपने पास. अब सी we know that जो maximum value रहती है cos theta की, that is between -1 to +1, right? ये cos theta we know, or I can simply write it as cos alpha plus beta का जो value है +1 to -1 के बीच में रहने वाला है, ठीक है? मैक्सिमम वैल्यू जो रह सकता है वो 1 हो सकता है ना. Maximum value of this has to be 1. Can say m square is equals to 1 plus 2. cos alpha plus beta का maximum value will be 1. तो जो m का value आएगा to be maximum value will be root 3, right? 2 plus 1, 3. So root 3 will be the maximum value that we can see. Okay, so what we have here, let p be a positive integer such that the unit digit of p to the power 3, the unit digit is 4. Okay, so what are the possible unit digit of p plus 3 to the power 3? अब see, p is a positive integer. Now we know that for example जैसे 2 to the power 3 है, we know that unit digit is going to be 8. 3 to the power 3, the unit digit will be 7. 4 to the power 3, the unit digit will be 4. 5 पे not possible, 6 पे भी unit digit 6 होगा, 7 की power 3 पे I will be getting it as 3. 8 की power 3 पे unit digit will be 2, and obviously 9 की power 3 पे तो we have 9 होता है. So that means the only possibility for p is that p is of the form 4 हो सकता है, right? The unit digit of p to the power 3 is 4. तो जो p रहेगा उसका जो unit digit है it has to be 4, right? So p plus 3, p plus 3 means p will be a number which end with free. उसमें अगर हम 3 ऐड करेंगे तो the number will end with 7, right? The number will end with 7. So that means 7 to the power 3 will give me 343. So 3 is the only possibility, right? The only possibility has to be 3 because p एक ही possibility आ रही है हमारे पास, that p has to end with 4. Only then p to the power 3 will give me 4 as unit digit. If I add 3 to it, so I will be getting a number ending with 7, and a number ending with 7 will give me a unit digit as 3. So only one possibility. Let's see, next is we have to find the probability that a randomly chosen positive divisor of 10 to the power 2023 is an integral multiple of 10 to the power 2001. So 10 to the power 2023. अब देखो 10 to the power 203, we need to find the probability that a randomly chosen divisor of 10 to the power 2023 is an integral multiple of 10 to the power 2001. Now 10 to the power 2023 को we can write at 2 to the power 2023 into 5 to the power 2023. So total number of factors will be 2023 plus 1 into 2023 plus 1. So that will be 2024 square, right? 2024 square. These are the total divisors of 10 to the power 2023. Now the question is, we have to find the probability that a randomly chosen positive divisor, that means out of these 2024 square numbers, the number selected has to be it should also be an integral multiple of 10 to the power 2001. Okay, now 10 to the power 2001, I can simplify it as 2 to the power 2001 into 5 to the power 2001. Okay, right. अब देखो all the numbers है ना, all the numbers from 2 to the power 2001 to 2 to the power 2023, they are multiple of 10 to the power 2001 है ना. All the numbers if I take between 2001 to 2023, they will all be divisor of 10 to the power 2023. What does that mean? Any number from 2 to the power 001 to the power 200 2023, they will be the integral multiple, they will be the multiple of 10 to the power 2023 ना, मल्टीपल ऑफ 10 टू द पावर 2001, सारे के सारे मल्टीपल होंगे फ्रॉम 2001 से लेके 2023 तक जितने भी नंबर्स होंगे दे विल बी मल्टीपल ऑफ 10 टू द पावर 2001. ऐसे कितने नंबर्स होंगे 22 नंबर्स होंगे ना, सो देयर आर 22 सच 23 आई थिंक ना, आई हैव टू इंक्लूड 201 से लेके 23 numbers will be there. Similarly, 5 to the power 2001 से लेकर के 5 to the power 2023, all the numbers will be the integer and multiple of 10 to the power 2001. So they are also 23 numbers, right? Now, how many numbers are there total? 23 into 23 and out of 2024 square. That will be the probability. So probability of getting any number is 23 square upon 2024 square, right? Because we are looking for the integer multiple of 10 to the power 2001, right? That is a positive divisor of 10 to the power 2023. Option D has to be the correct here. Guys, next is the LR set. A pharmaceutical company has tested 5 drugs on 3 different organisms. The following incomplete table reports if a drug works on the given organism. For example, drug A works on the organism R, like these PQ are their organism, and A, B, C, D, E, they are the drugs. Now, देखो ड्रग ए जो है ये काम करता है आर पे और बी और सी जो है वो क्यू ऑर्गेनिज्म पे काम कर. Now there is some data. Each drug works on at least one organism, but not more than two organism, right? So that means for example drug A जो है ये कम से कम एक पे काम करेगा and but not more than two organism, minimum एक और maximum दो. Each organism can be treated with at least two and at most three of these 5 drugs. Okay? हर organism पे या तो दो और maximum 3 drugs ही से ही treat कर सकते हैं. On whichever organism A works, या जिस भी organism पे A काम करेगा उस पे B also work, उस पे B भी काम करेगा. So similarly on whichever organism C works, उस पे D also works. ठीक है, मतलब ड्रग A जिस पे काम करेगा उस पे B भी काम करेगा एंड ड्रग C जिस पे काम करेगा उस पे D भी काम करेगा. D and E do not work on the same organism. ठीक है, D और E same organism पे हम नहीं कर सकते. On the basis of that, question is organism R can be treated with. So let's try to fill this table first. Let's see. अपने को ये पता है गाइस कि देखो जहाँ पे ड्रग सी काम करेगा वहां पे ड्रग डी भी काम करेगा, दैट इज फॉर श्योर. तो अब अपने को दिया है कि ड्रग सी जो है इट वर्क्स ऑन क्यू, तो इट मींस ड्रग क्यू विल आल्सो वर्क, है ना, उस पे ड्रग क्यू जो है दैट आल्सो वर्क्स ऑन क्यू, क्योंकि जहाँ पे ड्रग सी काम करेगा उस पे ड्रग डी भी काम करेगा. And we also know that we can treat an organism with at least two and at most three. तो Q के लिए 3 हो चुके हैं तो we cannot go further. ठीक है, we cannot go further. And see similarly अपने को ये पता है कि on which organism A works B also works. तो अपने को दिख रहा है कि A works on R, तो B जो है वो भी R पे वर्क करेगा, right? B will also work on R. ठीक है, फिर the condition is कि D and E do not work on the same organism, ये ध्यान रखना है. ठीक है, अब let's see we can do further. Now see, each drug works on at least one organism but not more than two organism. देखो ये लाइन भी important है, जो हर ड्रग है वो कम से कम दो ऑर्गेनिज्म पे काम करेगा. ठीक है, it should work at least one organism but not more than two, minimum one maximum two. तो अगर हम ड्रग बी का देखते हैं तो it has already worked on two, तो तीसरे पे फिर नहीं होना चाहिए, right? It cannot work on three. सो गाइस, अब नाउ ड्रग बी डू नॉट वर्क ऑन बी। तो अगर हम इस स्टेटमेंट को देखते हैं कि ए वर्क्स, जहाँ पे ए काम करता है वहाँ पे बी काम करता है, तो अगर ऑब्वियसली बी जो है, इफ द जो बी जो ड्रग है बी, विच एवर ऑर्गेनिज्म ए वर्क्स बी ऑल्सो वर्क, जिस पे ए करेगा उस पे बी करेगा। तो यानी हम ये बोल सकते हैं कि जहाँ पे बी नहीं करेगा फिर वहाँ पे ए भी नहीं करेगा। तो अगर बी जो है ऑर्गेनिज्म बी पे नहीं करेगा तो बी फिर ऑर्गेनिज्म ए पे भी काम नहीं करेगा, राइट। फिर वो ऑर्गेनिज्म ए पे भी काम नहीं करेगा, बस दोनों साथ काम करेंगे। नाउ सी, क्योंकि जो ऑर्गेनिज्म पी है यहाँ पे दिया है कि ईच ऑर्गेनिज्म कैन बी ट्रीटेड विद एटलीस्ट 2 एंड एट मोस्ट 3 ऑफ दीज ड्रग्स, ठीक है। तो अब एक चीज अपने को पता है कि कम से कम मिनिमम 2 राइट तो अपने को चाहिए। तीनों राइट भी हो सकते हैं। देखो, अगर हम तीनों राइट कर देंगे तो ये वाला स्टेटमेंट वॉयलेट हो जाएगा, दैट डी एंड ई डज नॉट वर्क ऑन द सेम ऑर्गेनिज्म, राइट। तो सी करेगा तो डी भी करेगा, बट फिर हमें यहाँ पे ई को हटाना पड़ेगा, राइट। इन दैट केस आई हैव टू रिमूव ई, ठीक है, बिकॉज वेयर डी वर्क्स वहां पे ई नहीं मरेगा और वहां पे ई नहीं मिलेगा, और एटलीस्ट एक और एटलीस्ट 2 ड्रग्स होना चाहिए, और एट मोस्ट मैक्सिमम 3 मिनिमम 2, राइट। नाउ लेट्स सी लास्ट। अब हमें ये पता है कि यहाँ पे मैक्सिमम वन मोर ड्रग, आर पे हम मैक्सिमम एक और ड्रग यूज कर सकते हैं, बट आई नो अगर सी को यूज किया तो डी भी होगा, राइट। सो एंड आई नो दैट वेयर डी वर्क्स ई कैन नॉट वर्क, तो यहाँ पे ई होगा एंड दीज टू हैज टू बी कैंसल, राइट। बिकॉज अगर इन दोनों में से एक को टिक किया है तो इन दैट केस 4 हो जाएंगे, राइट। इन दैट केस 4 हो जाएंगे। अगर हमें सी को टिक किया तो डी को भी करना ही पड़ेगा, राइट। अगर इसको क्रॉस किया है तो इन दैट केस देर आर दीज टू पॉसिबिलिटीज आर देयर। तो जो ड्रग डी है वो पी क्यू पे काम करेगा। दिस इज द टेबल, नाउ लेट्स सॉल्व इट। ऑर्गेनिज्म आर कैन बी ट्रीटेड विद, तो अब देखो आर को हम ट्रीट कर सकते हैं विद ए बी एंड ई, विद ए बी एंड ई, सेकेंड ऑप्शन। ड्रग ई देखते हैं किस पे काम कर रहा है। ड्रग ई इज वर्किंग ऑन आर, only R. Then the organism that can be treated with 3 of the 5 drugs. 3 of the 5 drugs, 3 of the 5 drugs से कौन treat हो रहा है? Q and R, right? Q and R, Q and R, right? Q and R, they are being treated with 3 of the drugs. Then drug D किस पे काम कर रहा है? Let's see, drug D is working on PQ. Drug D working on PQ. Then finally organism P can be treated with, अगर आप organism P का देखो तो CD से वो ट्रीट हो सकता है। organism P can be treated with only C and D, right? So guys, these were the all questions from the 2023 slot. So I hope you like this session. Do like and subscribe the channel and share it as well. See you in the next session with 2025 slot questions. So thanks for watching. Do like and subscribe the channel.